All right, I think we're rolling right now. So we're on part three, the Roman Empire, and I have this beautiful picture here for a reason, because this is what it's all about. It really is. This will be part of the lasting legacy of the Roman Empire, and a big part. This right here created the largest group of people on the face of the earth, even up to today, and we're going to get into that. It's going to be good. All right, so grab your notes. Let's get into this, and let's see what happened. So this is titled Jesus and the Expansion of Christianity. So that's what we're going to focus on. All y'all know who Jesus is. Okay, we're going to focus on this, so the expansion of Christianity, not just how it started, but actually what it did to grow, all right, and begin to take over much of the world. So here we go. So around 4 BCE, because we don't know exactly when, like Jesus is born. We don't know. We don't know what date. We think it's somewhere 4, 5, 6 years at around 0. I know that's strange. We'll talk about that in class if you'd like. So around 4 BCE through 30 CE, all right, we don't really know what's his name again, all right? He changes the world forever. Jesus of Nazareth was born in, and everybody says, a little town called Bethlehem. Yes, Bethlehem is in Judea, all right, a Roman province. He preached about, as he grew up, there's a lot of things. We're going to skip over a lot. You know that, all right? But he preached about love. He preached about forgiveness and the kingdom of God, attracting many followers. And what's kind of wild about it, it attracted, and this is a big thing to know, okay, poor folks. It was out there, wasn't trying to make money. It was there for anybody and everybody, all right? The Roman authorities saw him as a threat. And there's a lot to this story. The Jewish authorities saw him as a threat. And then around 30 CE, how did he die? He was crucified. A common way to die back then, but it's a gruesome way to die back then. There's so many that died that way. They did not keep a good record of them all. So he was crucified under the governor. His name is Pontius Pilate. And instead of dying out Christianity, what did it do? It began to grow stronger. Yes, it did. And it began to expand, basically spreading throughout the entire empire and eventually around the world. One man helped lead this expansion. His name is Apostle Paul. All right, that'll be our next topic. Now, before we get into Apostle Paul, I want you to see the expansion of Christianity. Check out this video. You'll see it start. I'll try to talk over it. It'll be good. All right. All right, here we go. So, here we go. All right, so it starts like right in here. All right, here's Italy and all that area. This is where Rome is, okay? This is where it starts. Look at the year. We're already about 100 years after him. So it starts down here. This is where Jesus is born in this area over here. Now watch this. You have Christianity in white, Roman Empire in red. All right, here we go. Look at that. Boom. In 150 years, look at it. Boom, it just takes over the Middle East. It's everywhere. Remember, there's no Islam yet. That doesn't exist yet. You see, it's spreading. It's going all throughout the empire. And 250 years after Jesus, it's basically everywhere. In 250 years, it's everywhere. Of the Roman Empire, taking over it all. Now it's going further east. It's going into China. We're 500 years after Jesus, it's going into China. It's right here on the edge of India. We're at the year 600, spreading all through Africa, down here across Egypt. Look at that. Boom, way over there. All the way to the East Coast. And something happened. So Islam is here now. Check it out. Islam actually started around 600. And so Islam, 200 years went really fast. Let's see if I can back that up just a tad. All right, see if it's right around in there. Yeah, Islam now has just happened, okay? Islam takes over a lot of land. So watch Islam grow. Boom! A lot of wars, different caliphates. Christianity's still growing. Islam is growing faster. Christianity starts to disappear. And Islam is ruling much of the land that Christianity did. Christianity is just kind of holding in this small area over here in Europe. All right, now it starts to grow again. Boom. We have the Byzantine Empire that comes about. Well, what just happened? What is that? Mongols. Mongols is spreading theirs. All right, we'll talk about them later on. Look at that. Wow. The Mongols die out from the plague and other things. Christianity and everything starts to die away. We're at about year 1500. This is the height of Christianity in Europe and the height of Islam in the Middle East and Africa. Look at it. Look at it grow. We're getting close to the year 2000, which is going to be us, y'all. Look over here. All right, Columbus crossed over. Christianity spreading throughout the South America and all the North America. We're about to get into about to have the Civil War right there, and then it's going to be 1900s. Very good. Oh, look at there. Communism takes over. Communism is a religion. It is a religion, like in where they actually worship the government itself, worshiping governments. Get to you 2000. You're born. Are you guys born now? Yeah. Christianity, basically all over the world. Communism's gone. Well, except for here in China. Communism's gone in Russia, I should have said. Islam's still around big time, especially in Africa. And that's where we are basically today at 2015 and so on. Amazing expansion of Christianity. All right, let's get rid of that and let's go in here and let's keep on rolling. So, one of the men that's responsible for the expansion of Christianity, his name is Paul. All right, his story is great. He first had a name called Saul, and then his name will change because of something we're about to talk about. So, Paul was a former, the word is persecutor of Christians, who later he will converted after a vision of Jesus. Yes, he'll see a vision of Jesus, and he's like, man, I'm living wrong. And he'll change his name actually from Saul to Paul. And then he will begin to travel all over the Christian world this time, about 10,000 miles all across the Roman Empire. And he began to write. And a lot of these things that he writes, we call these the epistles. The epistles. All right? That became part of the Bible. He wrote actually most of the New Testament. Here we go. I'll show you everything he wrote. There's all the books he wrote. He wrote Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, and Hebrews. He wrote most of the Bible. Yes, he did. Almost about 25%, it's not of the whole Bible, excuse me, of the New Testament. All right, so he preached that Christianity was for, all right, who was it for? It's for everybody, not just the Jews. And that's the big thing that a lot of people don't remember is that Christianity actually comes from Judaism. Jesus was a Jew. Paul's efforts helped Christianity grow, but Roman authorities continued to persecute Christians until, all right, our next big guy. Christianity eventually will be a big part of Rome because of this guy. His name is, can y'all figure it out? Constantine. That's right. This will be a Roman emperor. I would throw him in the category of good emperors. I misspelled Constantine. Okay. And let's get into Constantine for a few minutes here. Let's go. So Constantine and Christianity, Rome's biggest religious shift. So by 312 CE, all right, 300 years after Jesus, Constantine became what did he become? It should say, emperor. He became emperor. And so this is what's kind of wild. All right, he is right before a major battle, okay? He saw a vision, and in this vision, he sees the cross. Now, you remember, he believes there's a whole bunch of gods, and these emperors, these generals out there would pray to their gods to try to, get victory, all right? So he's praying, doing his thing, talking to gods or whatever, and then he sees the cross. And he hears these words, in this sign, conquer. So he's like, okay. And basically he goes out, and what he does, and I'll show you a little picture here. All right. Oh, I don't have the picture anymore. It was a good picture, but it's gone. Anyway, so he sees the cross, and he tells all his soldiers, look, get out there. I want you to paint the cross on your shield. So all of them have this big red cross on their shields. They go into battle, boom, they win. It's like, oh, man. So he blames the Christian God. Like, go, man, I love this God. So he won the battle, and this is what he does. Check it out. He converts to Christianity. He becomes a Christian himself. And later, time will go on, he'll make it legal with, all right, by making this. It's called the Edict of Milan. So it starts out, he becomes a Christian, and anybody can become a Christian, but they also had the other religions also. The other gods were worshipped also. And then eventually, all the other gods are banned. All the other religions are banned in the Roman Empire, and only Christianity is allowed to be there. So Constantine transformed Christianity from a persecuted faith into a, what's the good word here? Into a, we want to, a dominant religion. That's a good way to say it. I like that. A dominant religion of the Roman Empire. So it's basically the one that everybody has to be. He also moved, now this is something we'll talk more about later on, or actually next week, but he'll also, this is a big thing he does, he moves the capital from Rome. So Rome is going to move its capital from Rome to a place that's named after him called Constantinople. And we'll get into more of that next week. It'll be good. All right, next one. Next guy you got to know about. His name is Peter. Peter the Pope, I call him. He is the first leader of the church. So Christianity needed leaders. And one of the most important was, all right, this guy's name is, all right, Peter. A lot of you may know him as Peter the Fisher of Men. All right, and that's another story that many people learn about in Sunday school and churches. So Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, he traveled to Rome and became a key figure in the early Christianity. He was later executed under, it's one of those bad emperors. Which one do you think it is? He will be executed under, all right, anybody know? Anybody know? I'm spelling it, Nero, that's right. All right, he is considered the very first pope, all right, or the leader of the Catholic Church. Peter's role helped Christianity grow into a powerful institution that shaped world history. Now, what I want you to look at is, for some reason, all this is going away. All right, it's not letting me look at it. You kind of see it glancing up. Anyway, so he will be, come on, come back up. I need this to come back up. All right, here we go. He will become the first pope of the Catholic Church. So that's the only Christian church for a long time is the Catholic Church. He'll actually be buried in this building. I was trying to show y'all the St. Peter's Basilica. He's in there today. Many people go and they go and see him in his grave. All right. Last bit here. So check it out. Rome's legacy from powerful emperors to wild gladiator fights. Rome was an empire of extremes. Its culture, its military, and government shaped Western civilization, and its adoption of Christianity changed the course of history. Though the empire eventually fell, its impact lives on in our laws, our architecture, and definitely our religion. Rome may be gone, but its story is far from over. All right, we'll get into more of this just a little bit later. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one.